Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring the Terra Arisen campaign setting. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review featuring this campaign setting for the Cepheus Deluxe sci-fi RPG, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about the 3 other species and some details concerning psionics and gender. Let's start with the Reticulan Hybrid. The Reticulans created hybrids by genetically modifying human embryos and adding reticulan genes into their DNA. Hybrids are interfertile with normal humans. They have 6 digits per hand and foot, and large almond-shaped eyes with black pupils. Hybrids are almost universally slender. Due to their unfortunate history, most humans have a negative impression about hybrids. All hybrids are psionic, and reticulan hybrids mature somewhat slower than normal humans, but still begin their careers at age 18, though they do not reach full maturity until age 22. Reticulan hybrids have specific traits and features, such as prejudice. Reticulan hybrids suffer from prejudices in human society, and thus suffer a penalty to all social skill rolls when interacting with most other humans. They are engineered. Any medical treatment of a reticulan hybrid using tools and knowledge below tech level 12 suffers a penalty to the throw. As expected, they have psionic potential, of course, and they are long-lived. Reticulan hybrids enjoy a positive modifier to all aging rolls. Then we have the Ssesslessians. They are humanoids with a snake leg or tail that is prehensile. This allows them to snake their bodies around objects to climb them. They have 4 eyes and excellent depth perception. Ssesslessians are descended from carnivore killers. Ssesslessians are somewhat longer lived than humans. They reach maturity and start a career at age 18, but do not start rolling on the aging table until the end of their 5th career term. They may reach the age of 140 years. During their long centuries of subjugation by the Reticulans, the Ssesslessians learned how to shield their innermost thoughts from unwanted telepathic intrusion. While they cannot develop proper psionics, all Ssesslessians have the shield ability from the telepathy psionic talent, and it is always active. Ssesslessians have specific features and traits, such as cold-blooded. Ssesslessians are sensitive to cold climates. You also have fast metabolism. Ssesslessians require more food to function. And they have the telepathic shield. Ssesslessians have the shield ability of the telepathy psionic talent as explained earlier. Then we have the Zhuzzh. The insectoid Zhuzzh are somewhat larger than humans. They have a strong natural armored carapace and good sense of smell using their antennae. Females can fly. All Zhuzzh are resistant to poison and diseases, having evolved in the sewers and trash heaps of the precursors. Zhuzzh are descended from scavenger hijackers. Zhuzzh mature quickly and typically have shorter lifespans than other sentient species. They start their careers at age 10 and start aging when they reach the end of their 3rd career term. They rarely live more than 60 standard years. The frequency of psionic abilities among the Zhuzzh is slightly higher than amongst humans, but they tend to be weaker psions than humans. Zhuzzh psions are so rarely encountered that when creating a Zhuzzh psion, you use the standard Zhuzzh career and add psionic abilities as the referee decrease. You have specific traits such as you have points of natural armor, and it is cumulative with worn armor. You also have poison and disease resistance. You also have flight if you are female. And you have tinkering. Zhuzzh males enjoy advantage on all repair skill throws. Then we have information on psionic strength, the 7th characteristic. Characters can sometimes have a 7th characteristic score. When a character learns psionics, they generate a psionic strength characteristic abbreviated as Psi, as described in the psionics chapter of Cepheus Deluxe. When it comes to Terran psionics, psionics are hereditary in this setting. About 0.5% of humans have the psionic gene and have the potential to become a psychic, with most other species having a similar percentage of psions. The genetic mechanism involves the interaction between several normal genes and the mitochondrial DNA gene. That is why the normal human genome sequencing performed in the late 20th and early 21st centuries did not discover the Psi gene. In any case, any normal human being that is not a Reticulan hybrid will rarely have psionic ability, and powerful non-hybrid psions are extremely rare. There are two ways to become a non-hybrid human psionic: be discovered as a psion during character creation, or undergo psionic testing later in life. Various career events and life events grant psionic training. Alternatively, a character may invest one trait to become a latent psion, or 2 trait points to become fully psionic, as per the Cepheus Deluxe rules. Let's talk about gender. Humans are pretty standard when it comes to gender, but the Ssesslessian and Zhuzzh have very different means of rolling characteristics for their two sexes. All Reticulans are female, so they do not understand why there would be any distinction about sex, and Ssesslessians, being snake-like humanoids, they do not seem to differentiate between their two sexes. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part, we are going to talk about careers. I think the variety of playable alien species is pretty decent. If you want to play as a sort of outcast, I would recommend the Reticulan Hybrid, and you have those psionic abilities as well. And when it comes to the Ssesslessians, they are quite vulnerable or fragile because of their cold blood and their fast metabolism, but their telepathic shield is quite powerful. When it comes to the Zhuzzh, very good for combat in my opinion, because of their resistance to toxins and disease and their armored carapace, and the distinction of flight for females and tinkering for males also makes it quite an interesting species to specialize in different tasks. Thank you for watching this part of the review. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that have been supporting the channel by sending drive-thru RPG gift certificates. If anyone else wants to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.